The Tata Steel Chess Tournament in Wijk is the very first major chess event that you've got. It's called the Wimbledon of chess. Because this is an ideal preparation for people who are in the candidates. For India in particular, all eyes will be on Pragnanandha. Because he's the sole Indian in the candidates so far. Today is the first rest day in the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. But after 5 rounds, the Indian contingent there have had a terrible time. Because let's make no mistake about it. Look at after 5 rounds, what's the current situation? Han Moke Niemann is on top with 3.5, level with Javokhir Sindarov, one of the favorites to win the candidates. Nodirbek Abdusattorov is also there 3.5. Vladimir Fedosiev is also on 3. Gukesh is the sole Indian, remarkably, after 4 draws and 1 win. He is there in this top bracket. Yes, half a point behind the leader at this point. Jordan Van Forest, Matthias Blubum, Arjun Erigaisi. After 4 solid rounds, yesterday his loss has ensured that there is a dip in momentum. But there is serious concern now over Pragnanandha, the defending champion in Tata Steel Chess. Remember, he had won last year after a dramatic tiebreaker with Gukesh. He's at the bottom. Pragnanandha's poor form is not giving him that much confidence. Considering, look at Vincent Khamer, Yas Khan Edogmus, Arvind Chithambaram, Anish Giri, Thai Daiwan Nguyen are all above him. And look at it, 1.5. He's level with Giri and Thai Daiwan Nguyen. And also with Arvind Chithambaram. So it is safe to say that the Indian contingent really are not having a good time, with the exception of Gukesh, but Pragnanandha is a big concern. Now, after 5 rounds, what has been the overall trend when you look at it? First, let us look at Gukesh. As I mentioned, his first 4 games were all draws. But he will be ruining that missed opportunity in game 1 against Javokhir Sindarov. He was winning, but then he let go of that opportunity and ensured Sindarov escaped with the draw. He then drew with Jordan Van Forest. He then had a solid draw with Arjun Erigaisi. Then he also drew with Pragg. But then he luckily came back on track after 4 draws and a win. He beat Thai Daiwan Nguyen. So that is why Gukesh remains the only unbeaten Indian so far in this competition. So the world champion has gotten his 2026 preparations off in a good way so far. With more than, it's not even halfway through the tournament yet. So that's why we have to be cautious about it. But look at Pragnanandha. Unfortunately, when you look at it, his first 2 games saw losses. He lost to Arjun Erigaisi, which he himself was stunned. How could he lose to him? Then he lost to Abdusattorov. Then he drew with Thai Daiwan Nguyen. Then drew with Gukesh, and he's drawn with Giri. He's not yet met the top-ranked players yet, Pragnanandha. Which is why the next few rounds after the rest day are going to be incredibly important for Pragnanandha and his confidence for the candidates. What about Arjun Erigaisi? Arjun Erigaisi started off like a train. I mean, look at, he won against Pragg. They all labeled him Stockfish Erigaisi because the level of calculation, the precision that he played with was staggering. Then he had 3 solid draws with Thai Daiwan Nguyen, then with Gukesh, and then he drew with Anish Giri. Remember, Anish Giri is a very positional and he's very defensive in his play. That's why breaking through to him is really hard. But then the jolt came in the 5th round when, unfortunately, he was in a winning advantageous position against Jordan Van Forest. But then he blundered and he was in a winning position against Vladimir Fedosiev. But then he blundered and Fedosiev capitalized on and he won against Arjun Erigaisi. So that was a dramatic turnaround by Vladimir Fedosiev at this point in time. So, Aravindh Chithambaram has also struggled, but Aravindh Chithambaram, let us make no mistake about it, he's not in the fray for the candidates, but yes, he's also holding his own in this Tata Steel Chess Tournament. So, the key takeaways from the first rest day of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament is that Gukesh has looked solid. Yes, he's missed one positional advantage that he had against Sindarov, which he'll be ruining. Arjun Erigaisi started off, but has unfortunately suffered a jolt before the rest day. As far as Pragnanandha is concerned, he needs to ensure that he gets that momentum going. Because remember, March, April is the period when the candidates is going to take place. And this is a vital tournament for Pragnanandha because all the other candidate members are also there. Matthias Blubum is also there. Anish Giri is also there. So he has to really push himself. And I forgot to mention even Javokhir Sindarov is also there. So yes, Pragnanandha has an uphill task in the next few games in the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. Will he be able to bounce back? Will we see an Indian win the Tata Steel Chess Tournament? Or do you think someone else is grabbing it this time around? You can write to us in the comments below. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this update. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.